Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A hot vapor containing fine particles of carbon being produced by combustion. The act of smoking tobacco or other substances. Smoking stinks. Emitting smoke in great volume. A smoking fireplace. A hot vapor containing fine particles of carbon being produced by combustion. The fire produced a tower of black smoke that could be seen for miles. A cloud of fine particles suspended in a gas. Street names for marijuana. Emit a cloud of fine particles. Tobacco leaves that have been made into a cylinder. The act of smoking tobacco or other substances. He went outside for a smoke. Baseball. A pitch thrown with maximum velocity. He showed batters nothing but smoke. An indication of some hidden activity. With all that smoke, there must be a fire somewhere. Inhale and exhale smoke from cigarettes, cigars, pipes. We never smoked marijuana. Something with no concrete substance. His dreams all turned to smoke. Marked by or emitting or filled with smoke. Smoky rafters. Tasting of smoke. Smoky sausages. The process of becoming a vapor. Annihilation by vaporizing something. The process of extracting moisture. The process of becoming a vapor. A visible suspension in the air of particles of some substance. The process of becoming a vapor. A visible suspension in the air of particles of some substance. The process of becoming a vapor. The process of becoming a vapor. Annihilation by vaporizing something. The bodily process of inhalation and exhalation. The process of taking in oxygen from inhaled air and releasing carbon dioxide by exhalation. The metabolic processes whereby certain organisms obtain energy from organic molecules. Processes that take place in the cells and tissues during which energy is released and carbon dioxide is produced and absorbed by the blood to be transported to the lungs. A single complete act of breathing in and out. 30 respirations per minute. The bodily process of inhalation and exhalation. The process of taking in oxygen from inhaled air and releasing carbon dioxide by exhalation. The bodily process of inhalation and exhalation. The process of taking in oxygen from inhaled air and releasing carbon dioxide by exhalation. Passing or able to pass air in and out of the lungs normally, sometimes used in combination. The boy was disappointed to find only skeletons instead of living breathing dinosaurs. A mechanical system in a building that provides fresh air. She was continually adjusting the ventilation. The bodily process of inhalation and exhalation. The process of taking in oxygen from inhaled air and releasing carbon dioxide by exhalation. The act of supplying fresh air and getting rid of foul air. Free and open discussion of, or debate on, some question of public interest. An act of forcible exhalation. Blowing tobacco smoke out into the air. They smoked up the room with their ceaseless puffing. Suck in or take air. Blow hard and loudly. He huffed and puffed as he made his way up the mountain. A short light gust of air. To swell or cause to enlarge. Her face puffed up from the drugs. A slow inhalation, as of tobacco smoke. He took a puff on his pipe. A soft spherical object made from fluffy fibers, for applying powder to the skin. Bedding made of 2 layers of cloth filled with stuffing and stitched together. Smoke and exhale strongly. Puff a cigar. Gathered for protruding fullness. Puff sleeves. Forceful exhalation through the nose or mouth. He blew out all the candles with a single puff. Breathe noisily, as when one is exhausted. Praise extravagantly. The critics puffed up this Broadway production. Thick cushion used as a seat. A light inflated pastry or puff shell. Exaggerated praise, as for promotional purposes. Make proud or conceited. The sudden fame puffed her ego. Speak in a blustering or scornful manner. A puffing kind of man. Proceed for an extended period of time. The speech dragged on for 2 hours. To lag or linger behind. But in so many other areas we still are dragging. Suck in or take air. Force into some kind of situation, condition, or course of action. Don't drag me into this business. Draw slowly or heavily. Walk without lifting the feet. A slow inhalation, as of tobacco smoke. He took a drag on his cigarette and expelled the smoke slowly. Search, as the bottom of a body of water, for something valuable or lost. The phenomenon of resistance to motion through a fluid. Clothing that is conventionally worn by the opposite sex, especially women's clothing when worn by a man. He went to the party dressed in drag. Move slowly and as if with great effort. Persuade to come away from something attractive or interesting. He dragged me away from the television set. Pull, as against a resistance. He dragged the big suitcase behind him. Something tedious and boring. Peeling potatoes as a drag. Something that slows or delays progress. Taxation as a drag on the economy. The act of dragging, pulling with force. The drag up the hill exhausted him. Use a computer mouse to move icons on the screen and select commands from a menu. Drag this icon to the lower right-hand corner of the screen. Strip of feathers. Pull a chicken. A sharp strain on muscles or ligaments. He was sidelined with a hamstring pull. Perform an act, usually with a negative connotation. Pull a bank robbery. Remove, usually with some force or effort, also used in an abstract sense. Pull weeds. Special advantage or influence. The chairman's nephew has a lot of pull. Direct toward itself or oneself by means of some psychological power or physical attributes. The ad pulled in many potential customers. Bring, take, or pull out of a container or from under a cover. Pull out a gun. A slow inhalation, as of tobacco smoke. Take sides with. Align oneself with. Show strong sympathy for. I'm pulling for the underdog. Tear or be torn violently. Pull the cooked chicken into strips. Cause to move in a certain direction by exerting a force upon, either physically or in an abstract sense. A declining dollar pulled down the export figures for the last quarter. The act of pulling. Applying force to move something toward or with you. The pull up the hill had him breathing harder. Cause to move by pulling. Pull a sled. Strain abnormally. I pulled a muscle in my leg when I jumped up. A device used for pulling something. He grabbed the pull and opened the drawer. Apply force so as to cause motion towards the source of the motion. Pull the string gently. A sustained effort. It was a long pull, but we made it. Hit in the direction that the player is facing when carrying through the swing. Pull the ball. Move into a certain direction. The car pulls to the right. Operate when rowing a boat. Pull the oars. Rein in to keep from winning a race. Pull a horse. Steer into a certain direction. Pull one's horse to a stand. Take away. Pull the old soup cans from the supermarket shelf. The force used in pulling. The pull of the moon.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.